Hello and welcome back to Across the Gulf Coast. Well, as you can tell, we've changed studios and we're now in our Pensacola location. We're going to talk about events taking place in Escambia County. The first of which is a very popular jewel in downtown Pensacola and across Pensacola. And we're going to learn a lot more about what the UWF Historic Trust has going on during the holidays. And joining me now to talk about that is Shana Marcy. She's the Director of Education. Shana, thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. You guys, this is y'all's first time on the show, so I really want to jump in to find out what the UWF Historic Trust is all about. Tell our viewers what you guys do.
We do all sorts of things. So I'm the Director of Education, so my department actually handles our living history program and our public tours as well as our school tours. So we also get fourth grade classes coming down to learn about local history. Besides that, we actually have 11 interpretive buildings downtown, and T.T. Wentworth Jr. Museum is one of them, as well as the Pensacola Children's Museum.
So y'all are busy.
We are. We're
Y'all
very busy. Yes.
Tell me a little bit about, you said the living history. Tell me a little bit about what you guys do and what people can see when they come down here.
So we really want our visitors to have a very immersive experience. So my staff actually dresses in colonial costuming. We also have Victorian costuming and World War II costuming. And when you come down, we actually depict what life was like in the late 1700s and early 1800s Pensacola.
That is so cool. And you mentioned T.T. Wentworth and the Children's Museum. Tell us a little bit about those two locations for anybody that might not have been there before.
Sure. Well, the Wentworth Museum has 3 floors of exhibits related to Northwest Florida history, and the Children's Museum has 2 floors of exhibits. We get a lot of birthday parties and tours, as well as the visiting public coming through. So the Wentworth Museum is actually one of our flagship museums, and it's a really cool spot, so everybody should check it out.
And speaking of a flagship museum, I understand you guys just recently acquired another museum that's located downtown, is that right?
We sure did, the Pensacola Museum of Art.
So how does it work? Is it all one ticket? Do I come get a ticket for everything, or are there separate tickets for the separate museums?
We do have a combo ticket for the Pensacola Museum of Art and then our site, but the Historic Pensacola Village, the Wentworth, and the Children's Museum, and Voices of Pensacola, which is actually free, but the rest of them are included in the same ticket.
Okay, great. Well, let's talk about some of the things you guys have coming up. You know, it's the holiday season, which is hard to believe, but the holidays are here, and you guys always do a lot downtown with your different locations for the holidays. So let's just talk about a few of them, starting the beginning of the month with the holiday lights. What is that about?
So we're really excited. This year, November 7th, actually, we're going to string all the lights up in the village, and then also all of our historic homes are going to be decorated for the holidays. Now we have a colonial home, a Victorian home, and then another Victorian home. They will be decorated in the time period that they were built in. So you'll see how a home was decorated in the colonial period, the Victorian period, and actually the Lear Rochblave house will be turn of the century.
That's neat. So can people come down and tour the house, or is it just part of the regular tour? There's special things going on? What do people need to do?
We actually have something very special coming up.
Okay.
The first 3 weekends in December, we have our evening holiday lantern tours. So your tour guide will be dressed in Victorian costuming. They will have a lantern. And we're opening our museums up in the evening, which a lot of people like, and it's a really special experience. So the tour is actually a holiday traditions tour. So you will learn about the colonial period during the holidays, the Victorian period, and turn of the century. You'll also learn about the history of Santa Claus and Christmas trees as well.
Oh, wow, that's pretty cool. So you mentioned the holiday lights and then the lantern tours. The holiday lights, there are tickets for that one, and then how do I get tickets if I want to do the lantern tours?
So the lantern tour, the holiday lights will be a part of the ambiance,
right?
And they're included.
While you're singing them out.
Yes.
Okay.
And then the evening lantern tours, our tickets go on sale November 1st, and you can purchase them on our website, historicpensacola.org, or you can call our office, 850-595-5985, and then you can purchase tickets that way. They are limited. We only can have 25 people a tour, and we're running 3 tours, and it's December 1st and 2nd, 8th and 9th, and 15th and 16th.
Okay, so the first 3 weekends of December, so definitely call to get, since the space is limited, definitely call to get a ticket. Where did this idea come from to kind of, to bring this type of history alive, so to speak, in downtown Pensacola?
Well, having museums open at night, like I said, provides a really special experience. It's kind of the things that people don't get to do too often. And then we have a really great history in downtown Pensacola, so we really want to share it with everybody. And opening our museums in the evening, and then as well as during the day, but having that extra time really allows our visitors to work around their schedules, and then they can come out and do something special with their family. It is a family-friendly event. We do have a VIP night on Friday, December 1st. That ticket's a little bit more expensive. It's $50, but you do get light refreshments with that.
And does the city participate? Do they turn off all the street lights and everything to make it actually dark so the lantern tour is a little bit more realistic, so to speak?
They don't. We have a safety issue with that because we
Okay.
have to make sure the pathways are still lighted,
Sure.
which would actually be really neat if we did that, but the pathways do have to be lighted, and we have to look out for the safety of our visitors, even though
Absolutely.
it's historic and there would not have been electricity in the colonial period.
Yeah, and I don't think there were insurance companies
Yeah.
back then either. All right, so anything else about the public trust? We have about 30 seconds left, or that historic trust, excuse me, that you want to mention or that people need to know about, or just maybe drive them to the website?
We're a local gem, and people should come discover us because we really have a great story to tell. We have a lot of things that are family friendly, so if you're looking for something to do with your family on the weekend, please come and see us. And like I said, with the lantern tours, and we do have public tours as well, and we've got our living history, so you get to come in, and when my staff is cooking over an open hearth fire, you get to smell the sweat and smell the smoke. So it's just something that's really immersive and really brings history to life.
It really does, and we've taken family members down there when they come into town, and they've
Great.
absolutely loved it. So it is really cool to see. So Shana, thank you so much for coming on the
Thank
show,
you.
and good luck with the events this year.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Stay with us. When we come back, we'll be joined by the United Way.